Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, April 27th, 2020, 10 a.m. My name is Dan Spencer of the Bellingham Board of Selectmen, and we are here to give you the most recent and accurate updates with regards to the coronavirus and its effects on the town of Bellingham and its residents. Deputy Poirier.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. The Massachusetts numbers are as followed. 54,938 cases, 2,899 deaths. In the U.S., we have 987,322 cases with 55,415 deaths and 118,781 recovered.
Thank you, Chief. At this point, we will go to our public health nurse, Esther.
Good morning. As of this morning, we have had 250 Bellingham residents tested, 75 confirmed cases, 41 active cases, 31 recovered, and 3 deaths.
Thank you, Esther. We do have someone joining us from the local community, Lisa Bernier, the owner of Paws and Claws Groomers and Bakery. Lisa, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So we've been inviting some local businesses or in-town businesses to give us an update of what their policies are, how they've been functioning during the COVID outbreak. So just kind of want to give us an overview of your business and what you've been doing.
Okay, sure. So our business has been open since 1986, and we moved to Bellingham about 12 years ago and became residents of Bellingham. After battling breast cancer, we decided to open this organic pet bakery. Due to all organic ingredients, fruits, herbs, vegetables, grass-fed meats, all that type of good stuff, antibiotic, hormone-free meats, which I believe was a big factor in healing my body after 14 surgeries of cancer. And with this in mind, opening the pet bakery, my husband and I work as a team to make all these treats so that our pets can receive the same type of health benefits that I did. We make all kinds of things there: cookies, beef jerky, sweet potato jerky, birthday cakes, ice cream, cannolis, woofie pies, all kinds of different things that we sell. And we believe that it does aid in the help of treating dogs that also have cancers or ailments. So we've been, working to grow that for the community of Bellingham and surrounding towns. And our grooming shop has been running for 34 years. And, we feel that we're a pretty big essential for when it comes to the grooming part of it too, with all the different needs that the animals need right now, different things that they have skin ailments and, embedded nails and matting and all kinds of wound care and different things that we take care of on a daily basis. That is really, I think, is important, as well, to be able to take care of these animals right now.
All right.
I had a question.
Yes.
Lisa, your business, is any part of it still up and running?
So the bakery is open, just curbside delivery, and the grooming has been shut down since April 4th right now.
Okay. Any indication from what you're hearing? I know we've spoken to our legislative delegation about groomers in general and the need that's being expressed from people to see them opened up. Any indication? Are you hearing anything positive about what may happen when the governor reviews the non-essential list May 4th?
No, I haven't heard much on it. I did hear that we could be opening with just curbside drop-off still, pickup services, that type of stuff. And basically, we would be wearing masks and gloves and just accepting electronic payments and doing social distancing with our staff, sanitizing tables, tubs, equipments, all in between pets if we reopen, and help owners in any type of distress, that they need for emergency services.
Great, thank you. We wish you luck, and we'll certainly be lobbying on your behalf. I think we want to make sure that any businesses that open can do it safely for their employees as well as their customers. But I know the people with their pets are very concerned about making sure that they have proper hygiene and cleaning. And I guess one of the interesting things with this COVID-19 crisis is the inability of people right now to adopt dogs. I guess it's just been incredible. All these places, the animal rescue leagues had tremendous interest in people getting pets and animals. So hopefully it'll pick up your business a little bit.
Yes, and right now we are also taking donations because we are trying to help the local pet shelters. So anybody who wants to donate food, treats, bedding, they can do a curbside drop off. And we also donate to the food pantries for food and shelter for people in need right now. So anybody who needs to drop that off, they can also drop that off to our company also.
Great.
And Lisa, so people watching can know what's your location?
Our location is 15 North Main Street in Bellingham, right at the Bellingham Commons.
Otherwise known as behind Dairy Queen, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the key point.
Larry, did you have?
I actually, she answered the question.
Okay. So appreciate you being on, Lisa. You made a interesting segue to the next thing I was going to talk about before going to Dennis. Is we have a newly formed committee in town of Bellingham. Basically, it's how to get Bellingham back to business during the COVID. Our first meeting is tomorrow at 10:30 via Zoom. And what we're looking to do, we have a couple of immediate, short-term, and long-term goals. Basically, our immediate goals are taking a look at some of the businesses in town that aren't necessarily on the essential list, but aren't on the non-essential list, and working with those businesses to see if we can get the doors open. I think it's important that as a town, I think it's an obligation of the town that we have some of these small businesses that were deemed non-essential, so stopped doing business. And I think it's essential that we get them up and running with any measure we can. Certainly, it's going to be a limited, restrictive type of business plan going forward until the whole thing is lifted up. But so what we'll be doing is looking for businesses who think they're somewhere in that gray area to come up with a informal business plan, kind of like you were just saying, Lisa, with maintaining your social distancing, doing the curbside pickup, wearing masks, doing all the procedures, keeping everything in place that you're compliant with CDC and social distancing, and can still offer services. So we're looking for businesses to kind of submit those plans if they think that they are in that area, and basically the committee will review them and make recommendations to the town as to the feasibility of those businesses operating. So hopefully we can get some businesses. They certainly probably won't thrive with the conditions and the restrictions they may have, but at the very least, we're hoping we can get them to survive. So thrive, maybe not thrive, but certainly survive is going to be kind of the motto going forward. So we appreciate your time, Lisa. Continued success with the bakery, and I know my dogs love going there when you're back open. So you'll see Jackson Mosley hopefully sooner than later.
Oh, we miss those babies.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa.
All righty.
All right. So as usual, we ask for people to provide input via our email, covid19@bellinghamma.org. Just submit any questions, concerns, or comments you may have. And Dennis, take a look at them and see where we're at.
One of the big questions we've had is regarding when it's required to wear masks. I know there was an emergency order issued by the Board of Health last week, and our health agent, Bruce Wilson, did send out a code red message over the weekend, talked about making sure that when you're in certain public places, I think the way the order is written, you are in fact wearing your mask going into the retail establishments. A lot of questions about when I'm out walking. One woman asked, when I'm out walking my dog for my 2-mile walk, do I have to wearing my mask. And I thought if Bruce would come up and just address that. A lot of questions about that, Bruce. I think the.
Sure. I mean, to answer that question, Dennis, if you're out walking, you may want to put a mask in your pocket in case you come across another group of people where you can't pass without, maintaining some safe social distancing. But as far as if you're out walking your dog, you don't need the mask. If you're out walking in your neighborhood or something like that, if you were to go to the town's public trail, you're probably going to encounter people. So bring your mask and you'll be in there then. But anywhere where you're going to encounter a fair amount of the public, you want to try to maintain the mask until you get a safe distance away.
Great, yeah. Well, that's the advice I had given, so I'm glad you.
We're all on the same page.
You confirmed that.
Before we jump on any more questions, Bruce, do you have any more updates you want to give, or?
Basically, I mean, the mask policy goes into place today. We did send out the code red. I've heard from a couple of establishments that so far so good. Everything's there. I'll be out later, kind of look and see and remind people. No fines will be issued today. We'll just kind of try to remind people, wear your facial cover.
I've seen a lot of businesses already have it posted on their doors with the 8x10 sign telling people that they're required to have a mask. So, and obviously it's going to be up to the town to enforce, but the individual business owners and store owners to, it's going to be their discretion whether or not they serve a person that comes in without a mask. So, I think most people are on board that they're putting the sign up and, they know that they can
The whole
refuse.
purpose is to keep everybody safe, the workers and the general public. We hope that everybody would comply and work along and we get through this. It's an ugly situation that we're looking to see the light at the end of the tunnel. If we can get the numbers to start falling, obviously the governor's going to turn around and the stay at home will be revised and we start to go back to somewhat normal lives.
If you could remain there for one there, please. Another question. On Saturday, I was at a local grocery store and could not use the recycle machines to recycle cans. Was told that it was a restriction by the governor. Went to another outdoor recycling facility and was able to use it. It's outdoors, attached to a convenience store. Is that something that's banned, or do you think it was just local option on the part of the grocery store?
More than likely was the option of the store. So that it could, it wasn't being able to be serviced properly with their staff. So, I mean, as far as I know, recycling would be a part of the retail and an essential business.
Yeah, the grocery store is open and it's a activity within the grocery store, so I think it would be allowed, but obviously some grocery
I thought they
stores
did. I thought on a state level they did delay the requirement for redemption as far as
they've
stores,
extended when you can.
or just like if it's not maybe the machines, if it's one way you actually bring your redemptions into a package store or something like that, they don't have to take them at this point.
Okay. Yeah, right. They don't exactly. They don't.
But
have
that's
to.
I mean that's by location, right? It's the store's part.
Well, I think with the original redemption law was if you sell a product that has a deposit,
You're
then
supposed to take it.
you have to take it back, but the state is exempted them now for that.
So it's by location. So before you take your recyclables back, you probably want to check with the store to make sure they receive
Right.
them.
And I know I've seen signs on certain stores that say, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we're not accepting returns right now.
They just don't want to handle them. And this particular one, I know it was the facility down in South Bellingham, Hilltop, where they have the machines and you put them in, and most have that now anyway, but that's how they work. Okay, so I think we got an answer on that. And another one that's been addressed, is it possible to include the number of recovered in the email that we send out? And today's email did in fact have the total number, the number active, the number recovered, and the number of deaths. Regrettably, we have had 3 deaths. That'll all be included. That's all we got.
Thank you very much, Dennis.
Excellent.
Anything further, or?
Be safe.
All right. The question I do have for Esther, if I can, and it's kind of one that Dennis always asks, so I'm going to steal his glory away today. As far as the number of cases that we have, are we still looking at most being healthcare workers, emergency workers, or their families?
So on Honestly, we had a healthcare worker test positive, and their entire family of 7 tested positive as well.
Okay.
So that accounts for our jump in number over the weekend. A whole household has in fact tested positive.
So the trend is pretty much continuing on. It's mostly frontline workers and their families that are, at least in the town of Bellingham, that are accounting for the numbers.
That's what I'm seeing thus far. Yes.
So just to
Speaking of frontline workers.
just to piggyback on that, so the fire department itself has a couple cases, and I'm requesting that if you have to call the fire department, the ambulance, you alert the dispatch that of anybody that's ill inside inside your home. Please wear a mask if at all possible. And we'll do an interview prior to entering your home about cases or anybody sick. That's just to help us and to help you. So we take all the precautions. We'll give you a mask, put a mask on you if you're going to be transported to the hospital. So I just want to make sure everyone's aware of it so they're not surprised that we're making you put a mask on before we transport you. So if we can help you, if you can help us help you, that would be the best thing going. So,
And we know from when we had representatives of the fire department and the police department in here, they have their anxieties just as much as everyone else, except, they're going into situations which may expose them. So anything that we as the public can do to kind of alleviate the angst among them, cooperate with what they request, do what they're asking. Again, at the end of the day, they want to go home to their own families and not be at risk of affecting them. So please cooperate. And then we have Larry, town clerk, has something to add.
Good morning. I just wanted to, a couple of questions have come forth to the town clerk's office, and I just wanted to reiterate that our town election has been moved from May 5th to June 9th. And as customary in Bellingham, we allow signs to go up 30 days prior. So May 9th would be the date for signs to be put out in yards and so on. Candidates had some questions about that. So May 9th is the date. And also, if you have a candidate for whom you would like to sign petition papers, this would be a state candidate for the September primary and eventually November election. You can get in touch with their campaign, go to their website, and there are ways that you can sign the nomination papers electronically. So it's something that's been implemented due to the COVID-19. And the last thing is relative again to the June 9th election. Within a few days, I'm going to be presenting a more comprehensive process that we're having to adopt due to COVID-19. And there are going to be some changes to the election. It's not going to look like our normal elections. And I just wanted to inform everyone as soon as that's solidified. So, within the next week or so, I will let everybody know, and we'll post it on the website as well. Thank you.
Just had a quick question for Larry. Larry, are you aware of any communities that have had elections? I would think not. I know Blackstone had one scheduled for the first week of
it's been changed.
May, and that's been changed. So
They changed it twice, actually. It was April to May.
so my sense is no one out there is.
No one has done it yet, but there are a few coming up. There are some that are doing it towards the end of May. I think that's the earliest that residents that we have.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Deputy Chief, you want to wrap us up?
Sure. As usual, at the end of the show, if anybody has any COVID questions for the state of Massachusetts, you can dial 211. If you have any questions or concerns for the Mass Attorney General's for work-related issues, you can dial 617-727-3465. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just a side note that there is a Board of Selectmen meeting tonight via the Zoom platform, 7 p.m. If you care to view that, you can go to the website, click on public meetings. That'll be there, as well as tomorrow's economic development meeting. They are open meetings. We invite you to attend virtually, but they're not necessarily public hearings, so solicitation, comments, and questions may not be in place at this point. That being said, if you do have questions, comments, and concerns, again, recommend you email us at covid19bellingham.ma.org. Everyone try to stay healthy, stay safe, maintain your social distancing. Please wash your hands. Thank you very much. Have a great day.